Every single thought, action, and emotion you emit is not just a product of your mind. It's a ripple in the vast sea of reality. You may think you're acting alone, but science and ancient wisdom converge on one powerful truth. We are deeply and invisibly connected. Quantum entanglement isn't just a theory in physics. It's a spiritual mirror, revealing the unseen threads linking our consciousness across time, space, and perception. This is more than just subatomic particles behaving strangely. It is a key to understanding why your intuition knows before logic does, why you think of someone and they call, why you feel sudden waves of emotion that aren't yours. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear your experience. Comment below, I reclaim my time and energy and space, and share a moment when you felt an unexplainable connection to someone or something beyond logic. Your story might be the reminder someone else needs right now. Welcome. Today we're going to reveal the complete story of quantum entanglement, not just what it is scientifically, but how it affects your daily life, your energy, and your spiritual evolution. Most people encounter this concept through documentaries or textbooks, but very few realize its implications go far beyond the realm of physics. This is a doorway into a truth long known by mystics, seers, and ancient spiritual civilizations. What you do, feel, and even think affects others instantly, no matter where they are. It's a truth that can't be unseen once it clicks. At the heart of quantum entanglement lies a mystery. Two particles, once linked, can influence each other instantaneously, even across galaxies. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance, a reluctant acknowledgement of a universe that refuses to be fragmented. But here's the thing, you are made of the same quantum material. Your very cells, your brainwaves, your heartbeat, they are all part of this same entangled web. And if particles can remain connected across unimaginable distances, then what does that say about your connection to the people, memories, dreams, and energies you've encountered? Let's go deeper. In the quantum field, there is no separation. Time dissolves, distance becomes irrelevant. Every intention you send out is received somewhere. Every energetic bond you've created through love, trauma, pain, joy, remains alive unless consciously disentangled. This is why you can still feel someone you haven't seen in years. This is why your thoughts, when focused and coherent, seem to influence outcomes. You're not imagining things. You're simply not taught how to recognize or use this force. Modern spiritual teachers often brush over this, repackaging ancient wisdom into trendy practices. But beneath it all, there's a sacred technology that has existed in all esoteric traditions. The ancient Egyptians, the Vedic masters, even indigenous shamans knew this. Consciousness is non-local. What affects one affects the whole. This is why rituals, prayers, intentions, and visualizations have power. When you activate your awareness, you're not just changing yourself, you're shifting an entire web of entangled connections around you. And here's where it gets even more personal. Entanglement doesn't just apply to the people you've met. It applies to every thought form you've entertained, every energy you've absorbed. Your attachments, your fears, your forgotten desires, they all leave a signature, a frequency that ties into this invisible matrix. This is why letting go is hard. You're not just releasing an idea, you're untangling your soul from a deeper energetic thread. Think about the people who have entered your life and left a permanent impression. Some connections defy logic. You meet someone and instantly feel like you've known them forever. You finish each other's sentences. You dream about them before you ever meet in waking life. These aren't coincidences. They are echoes of entanglement, energetic bonds that transcend physical experience. Whether these links were forged in this lifetime or in previous ones, they act as portals, reactivating memories, lessons, and unresolved patterns the moment you come into contact. And this doesn't just happen with people. Places can pull at your soul. Objects can carry emotional weight. Even words spoken with intensity or ritual can spark an energetic charge. You walk into a building and feel chills. You pick up an old necklace and tears well up without warning. Why? Because energy imprints travel through the entangled field. When you interact with these energies, you're responding to information your logical mind can't access, but your field can. Now let's bring in intention. Quantum physics and ancient mysticism agree on this point. Focused intent can affect reality. In experiments, particles behave differently when observed. That's not magic, it's physics. But what happens when you become the observer of your own thoughts, your own patterns, your own life? You begin to shift the entire system. You collapse infinite possibilities into one. You choose the version of reality that aligns with your frequency. This is the deeper purpose of meditation, ritual, prayer, and visualization. Not just to relax you, but to alter the fabric of what's possible around you. Entanglement teaches us that reality is responsive. It listens, it shifts. It bends not just to our actions, but to our vibrations. So if your mind is consumed by fear, anxiety, or self-doubt, guess what you're entangling with? You're bonding with parallel energies that amplify those exact frequencies. But if your field is anchored in clarity, gratitude, and self-love, you begin to attract and be attracted to realities that mirror those states. You're literally tuning the radio of your life. This is where it gets even more empowering. Disentanglement is just as real. You don't have to remain stuck in toxic energy loops or karmic patterns. Through conscious awareness, shadow work, and energy clearing practices, you can cut cords, shift timelines, and liberate yourself from bonds that no longer serve you. Think of it like recalibrating your GPS. You're still in the same quantum field, but now you're choosing a different route through it. The sages of the past didn't need microscopes to understand this. Through altered states of consciousness, they accessed the field and saw what science is only now beginning to prove. The Akashic Records, the Book of Life, the morphogenetic field, these are all descriptions of the same phenomenon. A unified field of information where every moment, every memory, every soul is connected. And through this field, you can access guidance beyond logic. You can receive insights, dreams, and synchronicities that guide you toward your highest path. But here's the catch. The field doesn't respond to the mask you wear. It responds to your truth. To entangle with the frequency of your highest timeline, you must be energetically honest. That means shedding the persona, facing your shadow, and committing to vibrational integrity. It's not easy, but it is transformational. Let's go deeper into this idea of vibrational integrity. Every thought, every feeling, every decision either aligns you more closely with your authentic self, or it pulls you into fragmentation. Think of yourself as a tuning fork. When you're in harmony, your signal is clear. Your desires, your intentions, and your actions all resonate in unison. But when you're out of tune, when you betray your truth to please others, suppress your needs, or operate out of fear, you introduce static into the field. And static creates confusion. The universe, responding to your vibration, doesn't know which signal to amplify. This is why inner work is non-negotiable for anyone who wants to master their reality. You don't manifest from your words, you manifest from your frequency. And your frequency is shaped by the beliefs you hold beneath the surface. If, on the outside, you affirm abundance, but inside you still feel unworthy or ashamed, the field picks up on your dominant vibration, not your surface-level statement, so healing becomes a form of spiritual hygiene. It clears the signal, it realigns your inner compass, and in doing so, it reshapes your entire entangled web of connections. Now, here's where things get truly powerful. Entanglement doesn't just connect you to people and memories, it connects you to versions of yourself. Every decision you've ever made, every possibility you've ever imagined, still exists as a potential strand in the quantum field. When you step into alignment, you begin to merge with the version of yourself who already embodies what you seek. The confident you, the healed you, the visionary you. That version is real, and through resonance, you can call it forth. This is the essence of quantum shifting. You're not creating a new self from scratch. You're collapsing into a timeline where that self already exists. Your job is to vibrate in a way that attracts and stabilizes that timeline. That's why healing your emotional wounds, regulating your nervous system, and practicing energetic sovereignty are so essential. Without these, you default to the timelines of your trauma, not your truth. And once you stabilize a new frequency, the entire web begins to rearrange. People fall away. New opportunities emerge. Synchronicities accelerate. It feels like magic, but it's just coherence. The field recognizes your integrity and mirrors it back to you. You become a lighthouse. Others feel it, even if they don't understand it. And just by standing in your frequency, you entangle others into greater awareness. This is why your healing matters more than you think. It's not just personal, it's planetary. Every time you integrate your shadow, reclaim your energy, and choose alignment, you're anchoring a frequency into the collective grid. And that frequency ripples out, subtly nudging others to awaken, to question, to evolve. You become part of the quantum choir, each note harmonizing with the larger symphony of awakening consciousness. And the more of us that do this work, the more of us that learn to master our entanglement, the more rapidly the collective field shifts. We stop reacting from fear. We begin responding from wisdom. We co-create realities rooted not in separation, but in interconnected awareness. The Akashic field, also referred to in ancient mysticism as the ether, is not only a storage of information, but a living field of intelligence that responds to coherence. When you are internally aligned, mind, body, heart, and spirit, you not only access your personal entanglements, but also tap into the wisdom of collective consciousness. This is why sages, mystics, and prophets across cultures spoke of downloads, divine inspiration, or spontaneous knowledge. They were tuning into the entangled web that holds the memory of everything that has ever been. Quantum entanglement, from this lens, isn't just about spooky physics. It's the gateway to divine remembering. Imagine that nothing you've ever loved, dreamed, or envisioned is gone. It's all still there, vibrating on another frequency, waiting to be recalled through resonance. And when your inner world is in integrity, you become a bridge, able to retrieve ancient truths, timeless insights, and even guidance from future timelines. Now consider this. When you focus on healing your frequency, you stop leaking energy to fragmented timelines. You stop being hijacked by entanglements rooted in trauma, fear, or conditioning. You begin consciously choosing what to align with. This is the true power of free will, not in the choices you make at the surface, but in the energy you choose to embody. The clearer your vibration, the cleaner your connections. And the cleaner your connections, the more precise your manifestations become. When you fully understand this, victimhood dissolves. Blame dissolves. You no longer see life as something happening to you, but as something arising through you from a deeper pattern of alignment. You start trusting the nudges, the dreams, the gut feelings. You understand that even chaos is feedback, pointing you to a misalignment in your field. Everything becomes a mirror, and the mirror is always honest. But here's what most people miss. Quantum entanglement means you are never alone. Not in the dark nights, not in the silence, not in the void. Someone, somewhere is vibrating with your exact feeling, praying your exact prayer, living through your exact challenge. Your healing sends them hope. Your alignment makes their alignment more possible. You're connected even when it feels like you're not. And that's the invitation today. To remember your power, to reclaim your resonance, to stop identifying with the chaos and instead become the calm. Because the quantum field doesn't reward effort, it responds to clarity. And when you are clear, your signal is unstoppable. So ask yourself now, what am I entangled with that no longer serves me? What thought loops, emotional patterns, or relationships am I feeding with my energy? And what would happen if, just for today, you chose to pull your energy back, to release the tethers, to recalibrate, to begin again? You are a node in a sacred network. Every step you take into awareness lights a path for someone else. Every healing you commit to becomes a beacon in the field. Every act of integrity fortifies the entire web. So vibrate wisely, feel deeply. And remember, you've never been separate. You've only been forgetting. Now you know.